Hello again, all my subscribers and new viewers to my channel. This is Jerry from Jerry's Old Guy Review. Now I'm going to go away from my normal format for my videos. First, I'll put a disclaimer out. If you're a hardcore rock crawling competition trail guy, this video is not for you. If you're a guy who buys these vehicles to just go out and have fun with them, see what they can do, fix them when they break, only time you upgrade, then this video is for you. And if you're 45 plus in age, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, I want to apologize, haven't made a video in a while, but if I give you a little scope, I've completely overhauled my workshop. So this way I have a workbench, vise grinder, I'm getting a drill press. When you're building these semi-trailers, some of which you just design in your mind, it gets pretty tedious drilling all the holes. And if you want to take a current one like that guy right there and extend him so he is true to scale for a 40-foot container trailer, this whole area is going to be lengthened to 8 inches to make a true to scale trailer. If you say have one of these big guys and he can't use a stock Tamiya trailer, you have to come up with something a little different, especially if you are going to be hauling it off-road, which I like to do. So your normal lowboy doesn't work for me. But moving on, back to the reason for this video. This is an Element RC Sendero, one of my new favorite trucks. Now, this just happened. They have just released, or they're going to be releasing, the Trail Runner, which, if we look at it on this nice picture from RC Car Action, is to me a 5th gen Toyota 4Runner. Being that I am a big-time Toyota guy and also a fan of the 4Runner, a fan of a vehicle I can turn into a Tacoma, or the fact that I just own real full-size 2 Toyota Tundras. Oh, and of course we can't forget, we have an FJ Cruiser. I love my Toyotas. But also, there is a company called MFAB Design that build a completely styrene 5th generation 4Runner, which I know I've just been dying to get. But that's a lot of work, and I'm not the best worker with styrene. So this looks like my best option. Now, Element RC is a part of Associate. Team Associate has been around for as long as I've been building RC cars, and they do a phenomenal job. Now, I waited for this, for them to actually get in the market. It took them a while. Now, as I stated earlier, I am not a competition guy. I don't go to big comps and do, racing. I don't know class 1, 2, 3, nothing about them. But all I know is this truck, a few weeks ago, I took it out with a friend, and we took it on a trail ride. We climbed a pretty good sized mountain, which in the lower 48 you would call a mountain. This vehicle did outstanding. I helped it a grand total of 1 time in 5 hours, and it was stuck on a log. It got up muddy trails, steep inclines. These highly competition guys that make videos, it's all about, oh, the tires are junk. Oh, these sliders get hung up on stuff. In 5 hours, I didn't get hung up on any natural terrain. I installed a Reefs RC servo winch that's in there. I tried it out 1 time. I didn't need it, but I just tried it out. So I've taken axials. I've got quite a few axials, and they just seem feather light. Now, I've heard people say this one's light, but I've got a full interior in it, of course. I'm a goof, so it's got to have an axial interior in it. Extra components I had, why buy new stuff? I've replaced nothing in here, and I just really enjoyed this truck. Now, it's got a solid axle front end in it. This guy, Element released quite a few months ago an independent front suspension, which is true to scale. A 5th generation 4Runner has a independent front suspension and a solid rear axle, like a truck should. Or I should say an SUV style truck should. Now, when I was getting back into trying to make a scale vehicle, here she is. Now, I took the body off just to show some finer details, but this is a Tamiya CC01. And no offense to people, but this truck sitting right here is older than most people who may be watching this channel. This truck came with a solid rear end, independent front suspension, and it's not the greatest thing, but when you're in the hobby and you want to make a more scaled truck, this was your only option. Now, when you build it, the rear end, you could lock the rear end. This gave no option for the front. So, back in the olden days, back when the old RC, in here in the gearbox, in the front gearbox, this has got JB Weld in it. So I have, in effect, I locked the front end so that this truck, all 4 wheels, let me spin it around here, all 4 wheels are locked. So this truck, in effect, it doesn't compete with some of these other trucks that are out nowadays, of course, but it does a fairly good job. Now, they had aftermarket accessories for this. This is my original crepe. The Tamiya stickers are still in perfect shape. Don't throw your NiCad battery in the garbage can. Watch out, this thing rotates. Don't stick your finger in it. Always great Tamiya stuff. So, the newest thing on here is a Proline fake winch. This assembly comes on the truck originally, so trimmed it all down. It's running a Jeep Wrangler body, which got reincarnated. So it's painted the same color as my true, real Jeep CJ7. But keen eyes will catch, what is that thing sticking out of the top? Yeah, that's right. Original electronics, actually, Team Associated electronics in it. The original speed control that came with it This thing has been submerged. Used to have an engine mounted in here. Original electronics. Ready to run electronics, which most people say, oh my God, original electronics, you got to replace that right off the bat. This is a 2-channel AM radio from Team Associates. Still going strong. Probably, good Lord, I don't even know. 15 years, maybe? This truck I've had? Duratrax, I don't even think Duratrax makes makes servos anymore. The original factory motor that came with the vehicle. I used to just buy Tamiya speed controls by the bucketful because I couldn't afford the $100 speed controls when they first came out. I almost want to say that this had the old style wiper speed control when it came out. But this is some hillbilly fenders, inner fenders. Kept the electronics a little protected. Old and dirty. But now, when I'm running these around, this is what I was running around. And then lo and behold, a little company called Axial came out. This is an original SCX10. I've slowly done a little bit of modifications. Didn't break this, just got a blue one. Said, sweet, I got blue. These, you can see the links are all tore up, but they're all smooth still. Did a little things, did a little rust action in there. Actually, yeah, that's the original one that came. Supposed to be a battery box, but all the battery electronics I mounted differently in the center, which I made a little aluminum mount to mount them up. So I kept them all in the center. Did a little battery actions. Got the battery cables in there. Battery hold down. This truck started out as a pickup truck. Then it became the Dingo. Then it became the Honcho. And I've just kept it around in this form to take it out and see how it does against some of the new kids. But I just decided I was going to do this little quick short one because of this. And I want to really thank Team Associates for coming out with the Element line. They have the Element Sendero. They have the Trail Walker, which I don't care for the looks of that, but it has the smaller tires. What? I forget what they're 5.5s. Same size tire that I have on my other 4Runner. And that's what's coming on the new 4Runner. So, I guess, nice little parting shot. It's nice to have this view out of your workshop window. So, there's a little bit of Alaska. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about doing some truck reviews on a more of a 1/14th scale site. Let me know what you think. As always, this is Jerry. Thanks.